So look, I saw this article and I saw a lot of people covering how this is a win and how we're winning and how everything is going to go so much smoother for everybody and how we're going to start getting good movies and TV shows and video games. You know, DEI is failing and the companies are abandoning it. But that's not quite right, guys. It's not quite right. Because as much as, Microsoft laying off an entire DEI team or division or whatever the hell you want to call it sounds like a win, it's not. It's not even close to being a win. It's not even close to being over. It's just getting started. But I mean, I get the headlines are there to make everybody feel like they're winning. But never forget, these people never stop. They never stop. They never have and they never will. But I'm gonna explain that position as much as I possibly can in the shortest amount of time for you. So here are the headlines that everybody's covering. Microsoft laid off a DEI team and its lead wrote an internal email blasting how DEI is no longer business critical, which sounds absolutely fantastic. But it's not. It's not at all. So here we go. From Business Insider, after Microsoft laid off an internal team focused on diversity, equity, and inclusion, a team leader blasted the company for lack of investment in these efforts. True systems change work associated with DEI programs everywhere are no longer business critical or smart as they were in 2020. A leader of the team wrote an internal email to thousands of employees, which was viewed by Business Insider. So they continue on. Many tech companies, including Microsoft, made commitments to improve diversity efforts after the 2020 overdose of George Floyd well, I'm not reading the rest of that because that's bullshit. But yeah, the overdose of St. George Fentanyl Floyd. Despite those commitments, many tech companies have made it appear to retreat somewhat from diversity efforts. Zoom laid off an entire DEI-focused team earlier this year. Bloomberg reported Google and Meta also cut DEI programs last year, according to CNBC. And our D&I commitments remain unchanged. A Microsoft spokesperson, Jeff Jones, said in a statement, "Our focus on diversity and inclusion is unwavering, and we are holding firm on our expectations, prioritizing accountability, and continuing to focus on this work." So they may have technically laid off that team, but all they did was move to another phrasing of it, another phrasing of the same team. Just like how I talked about how BlackRock was rebranding ESG to conscientious capitalism, because whenever they see ESG, people are like, "Oh, screw this company." Well, it's being replaced with Bridge, which is even worse. And if you're not familiar, benchmarking race, inclusion, and diversity in global engagement. So instead of your little local country's DEI team, you're getting forcefully injected into the DEI global division. Like there's nothing stopping these companies from changing it so you don't understand what they're talking about. And they say they want to build a bridge. They think they're slick and they're just, changing terms, and they're going to use terms that sound like real words and real sentences to muddy and confuse what you know. Kind of the same thing they've done since, forever. And they're not the only ones. I mean, we can go into Bridge in its entirety, but then I've got to make a long video, and I like to keep things short in the channel because I don't want to waste your time with a bunch of fucking filler. I'd rather just tell you the plot points, give you the overall view, and if you want to do your own research into it, you absolutely can. Or if you have questions in the comments, I usually answer those. Sometimes it takes a day or two, but I do get to them. But I mean, they're not the only ones saying this, right? Because John Deere, the absolutely disgusting company who is fighting to make sure that no one can ever fix their tractors except for them, who have a monopoly on their repairs. Oh, you got a $20 part that you need to replace? Yeah, sorry, that's going to cost you $20,000 because you can't get it from anyone but us. And if you don't do that, we're going to lock your equipment down. Yeah, that John Deere. We're supposed to believe this one. We're supposed to believe John Deere isn't just changing their their stance, and they're deleting their DEI teams for absolutely nothing. No, they're absolutely not. But here we go. John Deere, our customers' trust and confidence in us are of the utmost importance to everyone in John Deere. We fully intend to earn it every day in every way we can. And why is this important? Because they say, for example, last year we revised our corporate guidelines to solely focus on sponsorships supporting the business and brand. Our nonprofit sponsorships center on priority areas such as hunger, economic development, poverty alleviation, science, technology. All right, so there's going to STEM, agricultural initiatives, and support. Based on ongoing conversations, we have committed the following: we will no longer participate in or support external social or cultural awareness parades, festivals, or events. Business resource groups will exclusively be focused on professional development, network of monitoring, and supporting talent recruitment efforts. So I wanted to go over this one because that last little bit says a lot of things. So companies have entire DEI teams. However, those teams are hired by HR managers who are told they have to focus on DEI. So DEI hired DEI teams, and the company said we need to fire the DEI teams, leaving the people who hired the DEI teams, who were trained to hire DEI teams, still in the positions of hiring DEI teams. So unless the company fires their entire HR department and hires them with new contracts that say you will not push DEI or bridge, the same people that hired these people who said they were great for the job are going to hire the same individuals and just give them different jobs and just sprinkle about their political commissars across the entire fucking companies. So again, I say it again. DEI has not died. It just went in and changed its name. It's still there. They're still getting government grants and government money and BlackRock money for hiring all these absolute weirdos to be in these weird positions where they can push their communism into every company. And if you say anything about it, you're still fired. So again, when Microsoft says it lays off an entire DEI team, sure, technically, it fired its DEI labeled team, but they're still there. They're still there top to bottom. This is all still mission critical for them. Absolutely nothing has changed. But I hope that gave everybody enough information that they could go in and start doing their own research or start asking the correct questions of all these companies and everything going on, rather than just thinking they win and going and sitting down and turning on the TV and then wondering, wait, I thought all these DEI teams were fired. Why am I still seeing this shit? But I would like to hear everybody's thoughts, comments, questions in the comment section. And while you're there, make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you share this one out. I forgot. Make sure you share this one out. But until the next one, guys, be easy like sleazy.